easy to customize, easy to use, easy to deploy, and easy to integrate with other systems. This is for me the key learning and the key thing of the design phase.
Today's guest is someone I've been looking forward to interviewing ever since we started ZapChat. I knew listening to the conversations about operational excellence in the previous episodes, but we just had to hear from Cedric. He's an operational excellence manager at Carlsberg, an outspoken advocate for the role of technology in operational excellence, and passionate about continuous improvement. Cedric Meyer, welcome to ZapChat.
Thank you, Richard.
Cedric, I was wondering if we could start by hearing a little bit about your background. How did you start in manufacturing and where have you been throughout the course of your career?
There are three important things to know about me, Richard. The first one is I have 20 years in different companies. So I've worked for electronic companies, packaging companies, and also lastly in beverages company. The second one is I have 13 years of expertise in implementation of continuous improvement in different maturity level, and also at different position in the organization at local level, at regional level, and at group level. And I have 5 years of international experience with different region: Western Europe, Eastern Europe, Asia, and also South America. So I'm used to work with multiple culture.
Wow, that's great. And I know that you've been at Carlsberg for, is it 5 years now?
Beginning of February, it will be 4 years. Already 4 years.
Well, time flies. And tell me a little bit about Carlsberg's excellence. I know that's part of your role at Carlsberg. I'd love to know, what is Carlsberg Excellence? Why was it formed? And tell us a little bit about what it is.
So Carlsberg Excellence is our continuous improvement journey. It's based on TPM approach. We use this continuous improvement journey in order to deliver our supply chain strategy. It's a program that we deploy end to end in our supply chain. This is for us our common way of working that allow us to improve and sustain our result, our workplace, our workflows, our people, and our operational performance. This program, the representation of this program is a temple. So the foundation of this temple is made by three categories. The first one is zone management. The second one is performance management, and the last one is organizational management. As soon as we have strong foundation in place, we deploy the pillar structure, which is some things basic when you deploy a continuous improvement program in a company.
That's great. And since rolling out Carlsberg Excellence throughout the organization, what results are you starting to see?
So the goal of this program is to reach zero losses with 100% of people engagement and participation. So it's a long journey, but what we have already seen is cost reductions and improvement of our operational performance.
Yeah, I know something that you're really keen on as well is how digital initiatives can help support that. Could you tell us a little bit about how digital initiatives can help support an organization who's implementing an excellence program?
The reason why we have started to work on the digital journey is because we wanted to speed up the implementation of Carlsberg Excellence. And we strongly believe that with digitalisation, it's an enabler to speed up the implementation of this kind of program. So this is the main reason why we have invested in digitalisation, to speed up the implementation of Carlsberg Excellence.
Absolutely. So could you walk us a little bit through the different technology that you looked at as part of that process, and what were the key considerations that you made during the design phase?
When we have started this journey, we have decided to work on 3 use cases. The first one is big screen, is real-time information at the shop floor in order to provide operators with real-time data like that. They have the right information at the right time, and it allows them to make the right decision. The second initiative is Smart Worker. It means digitalizations of all the Carlsberg excellence work processes to have the possibility to make them digital. And the last one is accurate stoppage information, which means to secure our data collections by capturing the result of the stop. What does it mean? It means that as soon as the machine stops, we have the possibility to capture the first alarm who has impacted the machine. If I focus on one of these use cases, the digitalization of our Carlsberg excellence work processes, what was key in the design phase were 4 things. The first one is it was important for us to have some things that is easy to customize. The reason why is because our ambitions is to deploy this digital initiative everywhere, and we want to keep it standard. But you know how it is. So the end user, they always want to have a slightly adjustment. So we need to have a solutions that will allow us to customize our standard based on their needs. And also an important thing is it's important to have a solutions on which you can change the languages. So the second one is easy to use. So the solutions that you will deploy at the shop floor, it's mandatory that it's easy to use. It has to be intuitive. The reason why is in front of us we have thousands of end users. So if you have to train them one by one, it will be a never-ending story. So if it is something that you deploy and it's intuitive, it's really easy to roll out, and the user adoption is better. The third one is easy to deploy because, as I have already said, it's not some things that we have deployed at a local level. It's some things that we have deployed in different regions, in different breweries. So you need to have a scalable solutions, some things easy to deploy. And the last one for me, these solutions, the value added of this solution is the integrations with other system, with other digital system. So it has also to be easy to integrate. One example, Richard, is we have made an integration with our MES system. So based on the condition of our MES system, we are able to trigger some tasks for the operators in order to be performed during their shift. So really, these 4 things: easy to customize, easy to use, easy to deploy, and easy to integrate with other systems. This is for me the key learning and the key thing of the design phase.
Thanks, Cedric. And I wanted to pick up on something you said there, adoption. What were the key challenges you had when you were attempting to get the digital solutions adopted in the breweries?
The adoptions was quite good, Richard. And when we have started to deploy our tools at the shop floor, it was positively seen. I believe here for 3 reasons. The first one is, as you know, now digitalization is part of our life. So how often do you use your cell phone in order to look for some things on a daily basis? I believe more than 50 times. Huh? So there is no sense that our users, our operators, they come to our breweries and suddenly they have to go back to pen and paper solution. Now we work with young generation, and they are used to these digital tools. So this is for me one of the reasons we have really to push the companies to move to digital. The second things is it's a gain of time. You save a lot of times with digitalizations. Before, I remember in my previous experience production as a maintenance manager or as a continuous improvement manager, I spent more times in order to collect the data than to analyze and to make the right decision. So with digitalizations, you capture automatically the information. You are able to automatically update your dashboard, so you have a easy access to the information, and so you are more concentrated on the analyze phase than on the collecting and capturing the data. And finally, for me, the third reason is it's also simplify the communication. How? By securing information traceability. So it means that the data that we are able to collect at the shop floor, we we have a strong traceability of them. So like that, we are able to react based on what we have captured. I will give you one example. So tagging. Tagging is a work process in order to detect machine anomalies, machine deviation. So how it was before. So we were able to collect the anomalies discovered at the shop floor on paper. The problem with the paper, it's after a certain moment of time, you just lose this information. With digitalizations, you just secure the flow of information. So you keep the traceability of information about tagging. So you know where you are in the resolution of all of your tags, which is not an easy exercise with a pen and paper solution.
That's great. And if I was to ask you, what is the main difference between a brewery that implements this digital technology successfully versus one which is maybe a little bit more challenging? What would you say the key difference between success and failure is when deploying a digital solution?
The main one here, Richard, is implication of the leaders. So my recommendation here is to involve them since the beginning of the project. Like that, they have a deep understanding of how the system works and what they could expect from the system, because as soon as they start to understand what is evaluated and how the system could impact them in the positive way, they will start to think about other opportunities, other initiatives. And I have in mind one brewery in which we have deployed our smart worker solutions, and the leaders of these breweries had a whole project in mind, was to capture the PLC informations in order to trigger tasks to the operators to go and see to go and see based on the alarm captured by the PLC. And this is some things that we were able to implement with these digital tools. And the main reason why is because we have involved the leaders since the beginning of the project.
Given that manufacturing leaders are so important to the adoption of digital technology, what can they do to better accelerate the change?
To accelerate the change, Richard, I think that we have to demonstrate the positive impact of digitalizations in the company. They have to understand how the digital initiative can impact them in a positive way. So I will give you one example. Before, in our brewery, it was difficult for an operator to know what is expected from him to do in terms of executions of work processes, of Carlsberg excellence work processes. When we set a target, it was always not based on the today result. So I strongly believe that with digitalizations, it's some things that we can improve. The operator, they know immediately what is expected from them at the beginning of their shift. Their targets are always based on updated figures. And finally, they can directly see the impact of their activity on the result. So like that, we have a better engagement and we have a better adoptions of digital initiatives.
That's great. Cedric, thank you so much. And I know that this is a project you've been working on at Carlsberg for a while. Can you give us an indication as to how many breweries and countries that you've been able to deploy a digital experience to?
We had three use cases, and one of them is called Smart Worker. It's the digitalization of our work processes. And in the first years, we had an ambition to develop, configure this use case, and also to deploy it in 12 breweries. And as I told you, it's really important to have a solutions which is easy to customize, easy to deploy, and easy to integrate with other systems. And due to the fact that we have made the right decisions by selecting the right tools, we were able to, in the first years, including the development phase, to deploy our solutions in more than 25 sites.
Wow.
Which is amazing.
That is amazing. Wow, what a testament. Cedric, thank you so much for coming on to ZapChat today, and it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Richard.
There's very few people in the world, I think, who are so passionate about both operational excellence and the role that digitalization can be to enable them. And Cedric has been not just advocating for, but actually practically implementing this approach for, before it was cool, put it that way. I remember talking to him way back in 2018 about this. So he's been absolutely an evangelist for this and has successfully implemented a digitalization of the Carlsberg Excellence Program, which is a great result. The main thing to take away is Cedric is someone who's done this. Very few people in the world have implemented a digital solution for digitizing operational excellence because it's new, right? It's a new thing. And he has not only done this, but he's done this at scale in many different markets, many different cultures, and addressed a lot of challenges. It's really great to see the workers have a real voice in Carlsberg excellence, but also continuous improvement as a whole. Too long have workers been sort of left out of the picture when it comes to deciding and making decisions that are going to directly involve their work. And I think what Cedric has done really well and what Carlsberg have done really well is they've brought the operators, the line leads, the technicians, they've brought them along in a journey and really harnessed their brain power to create a solution that's going to, not just work, but solve real problems for them. Thanks for listening. This has been ZapChat, and please like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.